This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're listening to We All Be News. News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
We All Be is proud to have on the one and only civil rights freedom fighter extraordinaire, the brother of Medgar Evers, and a brother like no other, who is truly beyond category, the one and only, because God only made one, brother Charles Evers. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Yes, sir. We got a lot to talk about. I know you a man that got a lot on your mind and you don't mind sharing it with other folks.
Right.
But I just want to get your take, you being a civil rights veteran and legend that you are, and also an astute observer of human behavior. What is your take on what's happening in Baltimore?
Well, first of all, I think black folks naturally are taking advantage of a situation which they should have let the law enforcement take care of. I have a problem with us in the streets tearing up our own community, vandalizing our own community, and nothing to replace it with. I think that we had a black mayor, we had a black DA, and we got black on the board. Give them a chance to do what they're supposed to do. I'm 100% for protesting now. But what would that put into protest? If the law enforcement were going to do something, do the right thing for us, and that was prosecute, and they're doing it, and indict the policemen for doing what they did. What else can we do? And why tap our own community? Why burn down our own church? Why burn down our own grocery store? Why burn down our own pharmacy? It just doesn't make sense to me, and I have a problem with that.
Well, what about the people that say that they don't own anything in the community, that we don't control anything, we don't control the economics of their community?
Because we don't invest nothing. We got multi-black football players, multi-millionaire basketball players, all kind of black folk got money. What do they do with the money? They move right to the white, and I mean speaking Mississippi, move right to the white neighborhood and don't own no grocery stores, don't own no drug stores, and we black folk are 50% of this state. My thing is, why don't we own something and sell something besides always begging and borrowing and stealing?
That's a good point. I mean, I can't argue with that. But what people say that the system is set up for black folks to fail, not to have the same access to say get a bank loan from the bank or to do things in a legitimate way to get ahead.
I tell I'm the wrong guy, because I'm tired of the excuses. We got many rich black folks. We got many black who could own our own bank. Do they? No. We got many black who could own a grocery store and a pharmacy. Do we? No. So I wish we stop making excuses. We can go to any school in the country. We can get any educated anyone else does. So go do it, black, and stop hating each other. In this town alone, since January 1, 12 blacks have been killed by blacks for no reason. And I tell black, we got to stop making excuses for not doing what's best for us. If we don't respect each other, then others going to respect us. Until we don't respect each other, no one's going to respect us.
But what do you think about with the police brutality situation? You think it's out of hand right now more so? I mean, you've been here for a while. You've been on the scene for a minute. You think it's getting out of hand now?
Not really. I think maybe there are always some bad policemen. So get rid of them. There are some good police. But the first thing we got to learn, don't do anything to give police reason to harass you. Don't want police stop you, stop. I get stopped all the time by policemen. First thing I do, yes, officer, I reach in my pocket and get my license here. He started, I said, sir, don't give me no lecture, give me a ticket. Don't talk about arguing with the police, because he gonna do it. And most of them they say, go ahead on. Not because I'm Charles Evans, but because I didn't give him no opposition. And I think we black people gotta learn to be obedient, yet respectful and demanding. Now, I don't mean you got to yes sir, and I don't mean that. I mean, if you know you done something I put to stop it, listen to him or her. And whatever they ask, give it to him. In most cases, even the old mean racist police won't do a thing but may call you some kind of name and go it on. But if you go try to raise up at them, they got the gun, they got the law, they got everything on their side. So black folk got to learn to be smart and stop being dumb and on certain things and stop always taking advantage of a chance to make an excuse for us not doing what we're supposed to do. Now, to any black or white person, if you break the law, like, I'll give you a good example. I was coming from I was one who led the march on the Tom Petty Bridge in 50 years ago.
Selma. Right.
Selma, yeah. Me and John Lewis. I was coming back from Selma the week after then. I was going 97 miles an hour. I'm 92 years old. And the officer say, put the light on my, pull right away. And he said, I thought you were doing 97 miles. I said, was I really? He said, yeah. I said, and my license. He looked at me like I saw for Charles Evans. He said, I said, no. If I was doing that, you give me a ticket. Because if I wasn't Charles Evans, would you give me a ticket? Well, I said, just give me a ticket. And he gave me a ticket, which hell I hadn't seen. The ticket was $240-something. So, but I'm saying it's not fair for Charles Evans to do 97 miles and say, go on, Charles, and you can do 65 miles an hour and get a ticket.
Right.
So that's the way I am, and I believe in that. My brother believed in it. He fought and died for only equality. That's all we want, to be treated equal and fair. And I demand that we do that. And I also demand that black folk, let's becoming more respect of ourselves, our own communities, our own love affairs. And let's show white folk we can do just what they do. Show Jews, show Italians, we can do what they do. And by doing the same they do, owning stuff, buying up stuff. Instead of some of your multimillionaire football and basketball players coming back to that area where they grew up in these one-room shacks and buying all that vacant land and building apartments, either getting a A&P grocery store, or try to get an application for Walmart. Do something of that sort and employ our folk and white folk.
That makes sense. Well, what about what people say, the Baltimore mom, like the sister who grabbed her son and spanked him or whooped him on national television? I mean, you partook in civil protests or civil disobedience. What's your take on that whole thing?
She did the right thing, and more mothers should do that. And that young man, I really admire for not trying to refuse or fight back to his mother. If ever a black mother in this country would be as harsh on that children as she wouldn't be all this unnecessary stuff. I can tell you that. I'm 100% for her. I wish there were more of us did that instead of making excuses. And I guarantee he went home and didn't throw no more bottles.
But what do you say about people that say, well, it's like where's black manhood? You know, like the black, we're coming on the 20th anniversary of the March on Washington. I mean, not the Million Man March, excuse me. Yeah. And you look at a lot of people saying, well, black men, like, a lot of black men in the media tend to be effeminate or kind of like they don't have a man thing going on. It's not manly to be a black man in society right now. Those people saying, you see black celebrities wearing dresses and whatnot, and black male celebrities.
Well, my whole thing is, people have a right to his own choosing. If he wants to he, that's his business. Let me have that freedom. But the main thing it is, let's do something. And I have no disagreement with somebody who want to wear a skirt, a man. Well, that's what he want to do. If she want to do, that's fine. I know what I am. I'm an old man. 92 years of it. I have 9 daughters and 2 sons, so I have no problem. About 6 different mothers. So I have no problem with that. I know who I am, and you all know who you are. And every black person don't know who they are.
So that's good. That's a great question. Like, I guess it's more for you. Like, that's not a bad way to look at it. Well, what about, like, what type of household produced you and Medgar Evers? Like?
Oh, God. My mom and dad was mother and father. They had rules and regulations, and we had to be obedient, and we had to respect, and we had to go to church on Sundays, and we had to go to school until we got, finished high school and got out of there. So it just, the thing we were taught to respect our mothers and fathers and everyone else, and particularly grown people. I don't remember in my neighborhood, Decatur, Mississippi, where any black child ever sat to his mother. Did everybody in the neighborhood whoop him? See, when we came along, everybody in our neighborhood was our mother and our father. But now you can't scold a child, do you? They call verbal abuse or some kind of mess like that. And it doesn't make back in those days, everybody whip you if they caught you doing something wrong. And but not tell your mom and dad, you got another whooping. It wasn't no beating, got a whooping with a switch.
Right.
And but now, if you even speak to a child rough, they try you for verbal abuse. I'm so proud that wasn't a thing during my time. Because what my dad would say, you take James Charles, and I'm not going to raise him. If you're going to tell him, you take him and raise him. He wouldn't allow that. And none of the rest of the people came along wouldn't allow that. He just wouldn't heard of a child sassing his mother, father, anyone in the neighborhood, or disrespecting them.
See, now you got kids, you got parents that are afraid of their kids. Like Dr. Frankenstein created a monster called Frankenstein, you afraid of your own kid. Some kids put their hands on their parents.
That's because the parents, they put their hand on them first. That's no reason. Man, if I hit my head, I often hit my dad, I wouldn't be in a day. And anybody my age that's listening to me now would tell you the same thing. No parents back then thought about the child. Striking, even talking back to him. My mother, you couldn't look back at her. She said, James Brown. And then you're sassing her. Bop! and you're sassing her. So that's why we lost that. And I wish that we black folk would learn that it's our responsibility to be whatever we want to be now. Medgar and Martin and Fanlou Hammond, many have paid the price to give us the right to be free. But free only to the point where we respect each other. Not beyond that, not disrespecting anybody. And that's all it is. And let's do that, black folks. Let's stop begging, borrowing, and stealing. Let's own something.
That's cool. Like, what do you think your brother Medgar would say if he was around right now with all
He'd
this
be
stuff?
hurt. I think Martin would be hurt, knowing that this is what we fought and died for. For black folks to kill each other and disrespect each other. For black folks to rob each other and rape our women. Is this what we fought for? For men to abuse that little children, little girls and little things. Is that what we fought for? They'd be hurt.
What do you think about, I mean, I know you're a black Republican, right? Correct?
Well, let me tell you what I am.
Okay.
I'm a black whatever I need to be. So what I am, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, and I'm independent. Whoever in power, I go to power when it's going to help me and my folk. Just that simple.
Yeah, I want to ask you, because we know we had been under President Obama for almost, I guess, 7
I
years.
support him 100%.
Okay.
When he first announced, that before he even started running, I as an independent and as a Republican, I'm supporting President Obama. My governor asked me, well, Mayor, how can you, they call me Mayor, but how can you support President Obama? I said, be the same thing if it's just the other way around. Would you support a black man over a white man? And he looked at me funny. I said, no, that's what I fought for. For us to be able to run for whatever we want to run for in this country. And he's a black man, and I'm 100% for him, win or lose.
Well, what do you think about him? And like, we have him this second term. He's about to, what do you think about his performance so far?
I think he's done wonderful under the circumstances. He's done a terrific job. The main thing, he kept us out of war. See, my old crazy Republican, they want to go and kill somebody, and they're gonna send now one of their sons or daughter to help kill nobody. I get killed. And President Obama has believed as I believe. If you can talk your way out of it, if you can counsel people and discuss things without war, why shouldn't we?
What do you think about, people say, like, some black folks say he's not doing enough for black people. There's no black agenda being addressed by this administration.
I agree. There's no black agenda or white agenda. It's an American agenda. And we got as much right, and he's done one whale of a job, as far as I know, to have programs available for everyone, which really clearly to a lot of the black folks. I know we've got more money in Mississippi on this president we ever got for different programs, which include a lot of us. But we black got to stop making excuses for not doing our part. That's all I keep saying. Why do we keep on wanting somebody to give us something? Hell with that. Earn something. By standing up and being something in your own neighborhood, in your own town or whatever neighborhood. Look at our black elected officials. What are they doing?
Right.
Name me one thing that, I don't know about in your state, but in my state, that black elected officials, legislators have done to bring about a program just for black folks. I don't know of any. They're quiet as a mice. They sit in big fine chairs and ride back there and drink over them with us white Republican, black Republican, and happy as they can be. And then they don't do a thing. Now, I don't know about Tennessee. I'm talking about here in Mississippi. Right. And they do the same thing practically all over.
Well, let me ask you this about, did you know Marion very well?
Oh, yeah, Marion.
What are your thoughts about, he's somebody that did a lot for black people.
Oh, yeah.
And people in general, but what are your thoughts about him?
He was one of the greatest mayors we ever had. He was shrewd and smart. His only problem was his own personal life. And I don't get into that. But Marion Barry did more for black folks in Washington, D.C. than any mayor they ever will have. Period. He's my dear friend over the years, and I admire him and appreciate him. And sorry he's gone, but he did his job.
And that's another person, like, we'll hear reports about B.B. King. I know you're friends with him. What are your thoughts about B.B. King?
He's in bad shape right now. He's been, I understand, he's not able, he don't talk to nobody, but I stay in constant with his office and with his son. And he's now at home on hospice care now. He's not in the hospital yet. He's home being taken care of by the hospice foundation.
So like the final, you know.
It looks that way. And I hate that so much.
Yeah. I know we lost Bobby Blue Band.
Yeah, that's my dear friend too.
Yeah. What else? So you said you was down in Selma, right?
Oh yes. I know. John Lewis and I were the one who led the march on that Sunday. Now Martin and wasn't there. They didn't come to that after the president had sent in troops.
Okay. So I met a guy from a white guy from the north. He was trying to find you. I met him at the Brown Chapel Church. His name was James Steen. He was a former Marine. Okay. He said you saved his life. Okay. Him and his son. But he was trying to look for you. He was trying in vain to look for you. He's probably like 90. And I recorded him. I'll play the recording for you before I go, so you get your response to him. I'll give it to him. But you definitely made an impact on his life. You had an impact because 50 years later.
I don't believe in racism. I believe in equality and respect. And if you're a white person need my help, I'm there. If you black need my help, I'm there, and vice versa. And that's what I wish our folk would become. Respect the person for who or what she may be, not what we want her to be.
So you don't have no problem with the LGBT community using the civil rights movement as a way to get ahead?
No, indeed. Who has a problem with that?
I mean, there's some black folks that do have a problem. They feel like the black struggle ain't the same as the LGBT. My question
is, what are you doing about it? To them black folks who said that. What are you doing other than complaining?
That's way good. He makes a good point. I mean, you actually lived the life, so I mean, it's coming from you. That's a good question because I know a lot of people feel like that everybody's getting ahead. Like, okay, well, Obama, they saying, well, he got the Hispanics and immigrants, he got the gays and stuff, the white women. Everybody's getting ahead, but the black people right now.
Whose fault is it? Obama had no program set for gays, no program set for Hispanic. He got programs, period. Now we got to get involved in it and take advantage of them, and particularly in predominant black areas like Mississippi, you know, and other areas, certain section of Tennessee, take advantage of it. And they're not going to say, because you black, you can't have this program. I guarantee you. So get them and move them. And the black legislators take advantage of all the laws that they can help black folks. Go ahead and do it. They're not doing it.
Let me ask you this, like, man, you're such a colorful character. You're one of my favorite people living on there. You know what I'm saying? For our history, I really respect you immensely.
Well, thank you.
Who's the most interesting person you ever met in your life?
I don't know, other than my brother Medgar. And I don't know if anybody else. I like Martin, and I was very close. But I think, I guess myself and Medgar.
What is about Medgar that people should know about? We know about the legend and the martyr, but what about the man that people should like know about? I mean, he died when he was 37, which is awfully young, and he had a family. And what should we know? What should we keep in mind about Medgar when we think about him?
I think the only thing was he always wanted to be free and equal, and that's all. He just wanted to make sure that we were Negroes then, you know, we changed in a few years. He wanted to make sure Negroes had the same opportunities anyone else had. The right to vote, the right to register, the right to go eat anywhere they want to eat, the right to run for office, and the right to be respected, the right to get a better education. You know, he's the first to ever apply to Ole Miss. And because he wanted to open up the best schools for everyone, including Negroes.
That's cool. I also try to help Clyde Kennard, and that was a sad case. And well, I know Dick Gregory speaks a lot about Medgar when I talked to him about. What's your thoughts about Dick Gregory and that relationship with your brother?
Oh, I like Dick. Dick's wonderful. The only thing I can tell Dick, you talk too damn long. That's the only thing I said. But he's great. I like Dick. Yeah, go on and on. But Dick is a great guy, and he one of the few at that time popular Negroes who came on and walked with us and talked with us and supported the movement openly.
Right, and I want to ask you this too, man. I covered Ferguson. I was there for Mike Brown's funeral, and I'll be covering some other stuff as well. What are the young people getting right, and what are they getting wrong when it comes to this movement business?
I think that they got the wrong idea what a movement is. What's the movement for? For equality and betterment, for jobs. Then we got to help to provide that. And just because you're black don't give you no excuse to do something wrong against someone else. And just because you're black does not give you a right to take away something that doesn't belong to you. And the young man that caused all the problems, no one wants to tell the truth about that. Mm-hmm. The police never would have stopped had he not been a suspect of what the police got over the radio that somebody had robbed his store. So the police were doing his job to see somebody you think and try to stop him and ask him. Instead that he resisted and started all this commotion. Man, he had him just doing that. What he should have done was just went on and one person, whatever the case may be, and I didn't do it and walk on away. But he didn't do that. So then all the other stuff came behind it. It's saying that the police did this. The police had shot at him, 4, 5, 6 times, trying not to kill him. But the man was coming, that big old guy was going to kill the police if he got to him.
Well, what about the fact that he said that he had a broken eye socket, and we saw the photographs showing that he wasn't. I mean, if the guy was big, but he should have did more damage than what the guy claimed he did. Like at first they were saying he had a broken eye socket, but we now know that's not true.
I don't know about that. The only thing I know is he had no bit of portrait in policeman. Period. No policeman. Could have been a black policeman. What was the black gonna do? Let him take his gun and beat him? So my whole thing is, when a policeman stop you, stop. He is the law, or she is the law, and respect that.
But what if you do everything that you're supposed to be respectful, and then the police still want to do something to you? What would you do in that situation? If you did everything like you said do, like you gave us in this interview, and then it still doesn't work, well, what happens then?
Then you file. There's a court system. Then you take all the facts and present it to you. But
what if you don't make it to court, though? I'm just saying,
then that's a different situation. But what you got to do is find how many places that policemen have done that. Mm-hmm. That's hard to do. If the suspect then creates some kind of system or reason for the person to act foolish, most times they do. Even the more racist policemen may call you a nigger, but call him a pecker like I do. Call him a pecker would. Mm-hmm. Go ahead or a cracker. And go ahead on. Mm. But I just, I'm the wrong guy. I tell you to talk to about it.
No, you're right, guy.
I just believe in I believe in equality only. No superiority for nobody, black or white. Like I told you earlier about my case coming from Selma. Here I'm a black man driving 97 miles an hour on a state highway, and a state policeman stop me because I'm charged of it. You gonna give me a pass? No, sir. You give me a ticket card. If I wasn't charged of it, you'd give this guy a ticket. So I believe in that to the hilt. It did come at $240 to pay the ticket.
I know that's right. Well, let me ask you this then. Like, what do you think about the state approach to like preserving the civil rights history and the cultural history of the state? Like, we got people with cold cases. Like, people talk about the civil rights cold cases, the 60th anniversary of the Emmett Till thing coming up, and some folks feel that Carolyn Brown should have been charged something as relations based on the FBI documents. Or you look at the fact that Olin Burridge was able to die comfortable and in wealth last year, who the 3 civil rights workers, their body was found on his property. What do you say to the state that they making money off the history but not trying to solve these cases or bring closure?
I don't know. I have no comment on them because I don't know what the situation is. All I know is that the young man that was found dead, buried bed, that's where I was from. Mm-hmm. And my funeral home was in Philadelphia. That they finally arrested him. They didn't do anything to them because that time it was an all-white jury, and all-white bigots on the jury, and you didn't expect it, you hoped for it, but now that's all past. All I tell black folks, past has passed. Bygones been bygones. Let's don't keep living in bygones. Let's live in the present and the future.
Well, actually, this do you feel like we need black reparations for what we've been through in this country? Is that a reasonable request?
No, hell no.
Why is that reasonable? I mean, especially about like you.
No. All I'm asking for, who are they gonna give it to? None of us were here. They all gone who came through the Reconstruction. I'm saying make sure we have equal opportunity now to own a Kroger, to own a CV drugstore, or to own whatever we want to own, and give us a chance to get the best education and qualify for whatever's there. I don't believe. Cause who are you gonna give it to, and how you justify it? You don't know what my grandparents, I don't know what they did. I'm
gonna look at you like you as a person. Right. And you served your country in World War II.
World War II and the Korean War.
Korean War, and also the war at home.
Yeah.
With the civil rights struggle, and you had casualties like your brother. He's buried in Arlington.
Right.
He's a national hero. I mean, I just look at your family, or the King family, or Malcolm's family. I mean, y'all deserve something, some type of compensation, some type of.
Not really, because you know why?
Why?
We didn't do it by ourselves. There were thousands of blacks and whites who helped us to get where we are today. So who you gonna represent? Who you gonna give us? It's just not fair to give this one something and get the other one something. I believe in equality. I keep saying that, and I don't think that there's such thing as giving me back what happened to me 100 years ago. Make sure from now on that me and my family and my children and grandchildren know how to go through that problem again.
Well, we sit here 50 years from Selma, we still going through the same stuff. So is it all black people's fault? Or
no, it's not all black. You still got them bigots now. You still got them bigots.
Right.
But what we black got to do is take advantage of our opportunity now to outdo the bigots. Now, white people, and we may well face it, are not near as mean and racist toward black folk now as we are. In Chicago, I understand last year over 400 or 500 black were killed by blacks. Not a single white man did it. In Jackson, Mississippi, since January 1, 12 been killed by blacks. Not a white man touched one of them. So I'm saying that we got something to do now to prove our freedom, and let's start blaming other folk. I'm against all what they did. That's why I fought all my life against racism and bigotry. But no one keep on laying, well, they did to us. What about now?
What about, I said, who bringing in the guns? We're not manufacturing the guns or the drugs. Who's bringing that in? Because even Chicago, the DEA made a deal with one cartel to bring in a certain amount of drugs as long as they snitch on the other cartels. So, I mean, if you got the CIA and the government dumping drugs and stuff in our community to make it where it's like more enticing for us to kill each other.
I'm the wrong guy to ask again.
No,
my question is, why should I use something I know is going to cause me to kill you? It doesn't make sense.
But I can't find a job. Is it my only means of...
Then you can come and take mine. That's why, see here? That's why I keep it. That's to protect me from anybody that comes to that door and bother me. So my whole thing is, two wrongs do not justify right. So black folks, I beg you, let's become more than those biggest racist white folks were years ago. Let's become wealthier than our old black folks were years ago and own things. And young black men and women, please get an education, because learn all this high-tech stuff. You learn it. Because if we don't, 50 years from now, you're right back where we were 60 years ago.
Yes, sir. One thing, I want to take a picture with you. Pull your gun.
Right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
You pull out your gun.
Huh?
Pull out your gun, show your gun. You pull it out.
You really want to see that? Yeah. That's what I do.
You know, that's another thing, too. I like that. I love it. And there's another thing, too. Your brother wasn't non-violent, right? He kept guns on him, too, right?
Not really, no. He didn't believe. Charles, I said, oh, hell no. I said, no, I'm not going around with no guns. And that's what Martin actually had a problem with. Martin, I was just like that. I said, Martin, but when you come in Jackson, look how I used to have my house. Yeah, because Charles, see, I know you got all them goons outside protecting me. So, oh, you non-violent.
See, that's the part they don't talk about in the movement. Y'all did have like the Diggers for Defense.
Oh, yeah.
They were March Against Fear.
We were called the Enforcers. The Diggers Defense came out of Alabama, Louisiana, and we were called the Enforcers. And I always had my thugs with me at all times. They're like, you see, I got that name, making sure that no one bothers me.
That's right.
But he feel free to let you come back and talk to me alone. We still have that.
No, but I'm saying, see, we don't know the game like that. They not teaching us. We see, I saw that movie Selma. It's a bunch of propaganda. They ain't showing you all the stuff that went into the movement. Cause I talk to Dick Gregory all the time. He make you think that all y'all did was like singing, but y'all was facing death every day.
Oh yes, sir.
And I know I talked to some brothers, the Memphis Invaders. They tell me how they was on a March Against Fear. They had the Diggers for Defense there.
Yeah.
They had the Klan. They had the FBI. Everybody was there. Like a weird parade down the highway. Everybody was there.
We all had. I always believe in security. I always believe in equal rights. If you got a right to try to kill me, I got a right to try to kill you. Keep you from killing me. And I always keep my thugs around me at all times. I brought, when my brother was killed, I brought my #1 enforcer from Chicago with me, and we organized them here, and they took care of me the whole time. And to this day, I make sure that I'm well protected.
That makes sense, though. It makes sense because you didn't want to be no martyr.
No.
But did was your brother fatalistic like that? Was he like, did he want to die for the cause?
No. He knew it possible. He and I both knew that someday the thing we were doing would possibly call one of our deaths. We also agreed that if somehow neither one of us, the other would carry on. That's why the night Medgar was killed, next day I jumped on a plane, came back to Mississippi, and I haven't been back.
And you had no fear of coming back?
Oh, no fear. I told my thug, my enforcer, to get ready. We're going to Mississippi, and I sent for him. He brought him down here, and he started organizing the enforcing. true.
So what did you learn from Chicago to help you prepare you for Mississippi?
Well, me and the mafia used to have problems at all times. See,
So like the outfit, the mafia,
my Italian more crazy white folks thought they could run like Negroes. So what happened was I was in the
record it.
I was in this.
It's recorded. I was
in the same business they were. I was in the nightclub business, and I was in prostitution, and I was in the numbers racket. That's what they were doing. So they were going to tell me they could come in my neighborhood and do things, but I couldn't come in there. I said, oh, no, hell no. You can't put no jukebox in my show if I can't put one in yours. So I had Rudy Shields, he's gone on, bless his heart, was a man who took care of that. If we found a jukebox in my neighborhood, in South Chicago, and the part of West Chicago, when the jukebox didn't belong to me, his job was to take care of it. And the simple thing we did was, back in those days, my mother had a sewing machine. Your grandmother probably too. Had one of them oil machines. We squirt oil to keep it lubricated. And we put molasses in the squirt bottle. And every machine they found wasn't mine. They squirt some molasses. That was it. And that time, so we had a problem. And the night before, the Sunday before Memphis was killed, we met and we talked. We call it every Sunday. And he was sound. I said, "Look, you don't sound right." He said, "I'm gonna be all right, Josh. You be careful." I said, "You be careful with the mafia." I said, "I take care of you, man. You take care of the damn cluckers. They're like that." He said, "Okay." He said, "But be careful, Charles." He said, "Cause you know how they are. Well, I've been threatening. They've been threatening me all the time. What they gonna do to me?" So that night, when he hung up, I said, "Lope didn't sound right." I said on my phone, he didn't sound like I'm Lope. And I went to work the next morning, went out to one of my clubs somewhere, and did something. I came in that Tuesday evening, that Tuesday night, my whole porch full of folk. What the hell y'all doing on my porch? Because my suitor got jumped out front of and he said, "Come on in, Charles, come on in." I came on in, and he said, at the time I was married for a little while. And he said, "Your wife's in the back." I walked into my house just full of folk. I went on in the back, down in the back, and then my wife said, she said, "Sit down, Charles." I said, "What is it?" She said, "They shot Medgar." I was, "Oh, hell, they can't kill Elvis." She said, "Yes, Charles, he's dead." And that's all I remember. And I just blacked out. Almost the next morning at 8 o'clock, I called Delta Airlines. Back in those days, you could carry guns on the train.
Right.
I brought my shotgun.
You brought a shotgun on a plane?
Hell yeah, I brought my shotgun. It's at home now. It's 410.
Oh, wow.
410 and my 238s.
Oh, wow.
And I got on a plane. Back then, it wasn't about bars, they didn't buy no guns. So I came on Mississippi and I ain't been back.
Wow.
I gave her all my businesses and everything. My sister, she don't want me to tell this. She took over for me to run for me. Cause she hold it now though. I tell you that all the time. And finally we got rid of all of it because she just didn't want to handle it.
This was like two of y'all, you, your brother, and your sister.
There's two sisters.
Two sisters?
Yeah.
Are your sisters still around?
No, one of them, just the one lives up in Chicago.
She's still in Chicago, but she wants to go over your business?
Yeah.
All right, well, I was thinking about, in Chicago, okay, I'm glad you cleared it up. I didn't know you were working for the mob up there, or,
No, I work for myself.
Yeah, because it was a cat before you was Teddy Rowe, right? Ted Rowe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a little bit about him. I just thought it was magnificent what he did. And I feel sorry for the Jones brothers, but okay, they from Mississippi. But I love Teddy Rowe, though.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So you came behind Teddy Rowe and took on them all. Wow.
Well, I took on myself. I just didn't allow him to tell me what to do. You can't come to the nigga on there and tell me what I can't do. You crazy?
And them guys are crazy, though.
They're crazy. I was crazy, too.
Yeah.
I'm still you see that? I'm still crazy. Because I like to protect myself. And I had some fellas around me worse than I was.
So there's nothing wrong with having goons around you.
None.
You need protection. Everybody got goons.
You got to have that.
You should have goons.
I still have.
So this stuff do you mentor anybody? Like, it's stuff that people need to know, because a lot of young folks don't know these type of stuff.
No, I don't.
They don't got no code. Ain't no code. We have no code. Ain't no ethics when it comes.
No, I never talk about it, man, because most people they wouldn't believe it anyway.
I believe you.
So, I got a regular show, so thing of it is, why talk about it? They think you're bragging, and it was just that time. That's why I said you can own something. At that time I owned 2 clubs and some property in Chicago. They said it couldn't be done. Second to Norman, I own it. That's where my house or whatever you want to call it was. The girls were all there. And then I own a club out in Argo, Illinois. In Robbins, Illinois. And I own another club in another section of Chicago, around what in the little town. But anyway, I was able to do that. In the meantime, I was staying independent. I had no job. Hello? Hello? I'm fine. I'm really busy, Josephine. What's it about? No, and I buy a vehicle every year. No, I lease them. You tell me what my vehicle may need. Hell, I don't need to tell you that.
Let me ask you this, man. You like 92 going on 42 or something. I mean, what keeps you, like, how you keep so young? Like, how you,
Number
what's your
one,
secret?
the Lord. Mm-hmm. I pray. And I don't work hard physically. And that's all I can say. And I eat right.
What do you eat? What's your diet?
Well, very lightly. I eat a little in the morning. I'm always eat a little rice or grits, not much. Mm-hmm. Maybe one egg once a week. My daughter makes sure of that. And I drink coffee. And then I made lunch. I made some fish or chicken, broiled chicken. And at night, I don't ever eat late at night. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, the Lord is good to me. The Lord takes care of me. And I pray a lot. I pray a lot. Mm-hmm. Because, and I keep thanking the Lord so much for allowing me to be able to pray and do the thing I do. And I respect other folk. Just like I did you. I didn't think about you.
Right. You are very accessible. You shouldn't be accessible like that, but you are accessible.
And I'm and I know, and I believe that God's going to take care of me until my time comes. And I treat people like I want to be treated.
You ever thought you'd grow? I mean, you ever thought you'd make it to 92?
I never thought about one way or the other.
Really? You just live your life?
Yeah, no one thinks that. They don't know what to think about how long I'm going to live. Just live until the Lord take you.
Yeah, but the stuff you was doing, man, like you took on white supremacy, you took on the mob, you took on the Klan, you took on white supremacy.
Well, what I did was I took on, I guess you said that, but I was doing it for me. Mm-hmm. I have to make him, I love the Lord money. Mm-hmm. And I won't let them come into my neighborhood and make all the money, and I'll sit back and watch them make money and use our women and use our drunks and things. And I didn't do none of it, so that's what I did. And then when it comes to civil rights, my brother was killed because he wanted to be free, and I had promised him, we prayed to him that whatever happened to us would carry on. I wanted to be free, the right to vote, the right to eat anywhere I want to eat, the right to sleep in a hotel, the right to whatever anyone else had the right to do. And the thing that did it, now I want to be through, an old white man was in Decatur, Mississippi one day, and we were uptown. Walking to me and said, James, they call me James Charles. James Charles, I said, yeah. You know why the people don't care about you niggas? I said, no, y'all don't vote. I looked there, y'all don't vote. I said, nobody care about the nigga don't vote. I said, who's the mayor? I said, I don't know. He said, who's the sheriff? I don't know. He said, you know why? Because you didn't vote. He said, until you niggas start voting, ain't nobody gonna respect you. And that old man, really appreciate him. He gone on. I really appreciate what he did. Because that mecking outside there, we came back to Alcorn, started organizing our schoolmates and classmates to get the registration vote. We went through hell. A lot of them was beat up and mistreated, but look at us today. We 50% of this state. We had the highest number of black electors in any other state in the nation. We have more black mayors and black whatever than any other state in the nation because of that old white man told me that, and then we got busy.
Oh, thank you for that. I really appreciate all the things you have done and continue to do. I want to ask you one more thing. It's like the Otis Bird hanging. I'm still kind of confused about that hanging because the person first of all, how can you kill a white lady and get convicted of capital murder in Mississippi and get out 25 years? You supposed to be on death row, spend life in prison.
But let me tell you why.
Okay.
I was married at the time down at Fayette.
Okay.
And it's a predominant black area. The jurors predominant black. So this white lady, one of the nicest, that's what we all was upset about that now. She was one of the whole nicest person in the neighborhood. She had a store. She let Negroes have anything on a credit card, whatever they had. That's what we never could understand. Why this boy was doing and do that. Anyway, this man, and when he did it, we were all upset. When he went to trial, naturally he had a predominant black jury. And what they did was that's all the time he got. Now here's what I said too, and I can tell you who killed him right now. Okay. Same thing I was going to do if I'd have found Beckwith. When I came back from Chicago, I looked for Beckwith. I was going to kill him wherever I saw him before he killed my brother. Now the people who hung this boy was some of her folks. Just that simple.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said it because her daughter is a retired U.S. Air Force Major General. Okay. And she worked in the Department of Homeland Security under Michael Chertoff. And also her husband is Paul McHale, former U.S. Congressman from Pennsylvania. And also he was assistant U.S. Secretary of Defense. And I'm just saying she got a lot. You know, she ran for Congress the same year he got out of prison. Martha Rainville, that's her name.
Okay.
And she ran for Congress for Vermont as a Republican. But I'm saying, I don't know what thing, but she got a lot of political connections. There's a lot of power. I mean,
she white or black? I don't know.
She white lady. The white lady's daughter, Lucille Trim.
Okay.
Her daughter, she was retired U.S. Air Force Major General.
Yeah.
Worked for the Department of Homeland Security under Michael Chertoff, a high position.
Yeah.
And her husband's Paul McKell. He's a former U.S. Congressman from Pennsylvania, and he also was Assistant U.S. Secretary of Defense.
So what are you saying?
I'm just saying, like you said somehow, you know, folks might have been involved in that.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying that those type of people that, you know, that woman's daughter got connections like that. I'm not saying either way, but I'm saying they looking into it. They not ruling a suicide, right? They haven't.
Oh no, I don't. I never believe suicide. They carried that joker down there and hung him. Mm-hmm. The same thing that Charles ever would have done if we could have found Beckwith. I was gonna kill him for killing my brother. Now I believe that some of her people are the same one who killed him. He didn't hang himself. Blacks don't hang each other themselves.
But they keep on saying you keep on seeing all these black folks getting hanged in Mississippi. They keep on calling it suicide.
All right, bullshit.
All right. I thought so. Cause you were the boy in Greenwood, Frederick Jermaine Carter.
Yeah.
I went up to the place where he was hanging at. They said he was dead for 24, 48 hours, but he wasn't hanging from that tree in the morning. They got a dog pound back there, and nobody saw him hanging from that tree that morning.
Nobody. They hang. No, some of these whites who had a feeling killed him, hung him. Period. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened.
So that was revenge.
That's revenge. Well, I would have done the same thing to Beckwith.
So how long do you figure? Do you believe that some other people helped Beckwith with killing your brother?
Well, I think his son sat right there. Mm-hmm. Came and sat right there and told me how sorry he was what his daddy did. And his daddy wasn't like that, but he got tied up in that Ku Klux Klan group. Mm-hmm. And that's all they taught. And they took him because he didn't have enough. The boy said he was just ignorant, and put him up to do things like do something to Negroes. Mm-hmm. And they feel like, and he feel like that they don't want to help me to do it. And like I said, well, I'm glad somebody there because I'm going to kill him.
You don't think the Mississippi, the state of Mississippi was complicit with the Sovereignty Commission or the White Citizen Council? You don't think they had a hand in it too?
I don't know. I don't know who had it about it. All we know is Beckwith, and he bragged about it, you know. Well, the nigga is dead, ain't it? I went in the court. I wouldn't go to court. I know I couldn't have held myself. I jumped and broke this damn nigga right there before the judge. So
yeah, I saw that in the movie. The movie that came out there.
Okay.
The guy played Charles Cobb. You said that line. So you actually said that line. Okay. So what actually did? I'm gonna let you go.
No, I'm fine.
Alfred Skip Robinson. Alfred Skip Robinson. Are you familiar? You remember Alfred Skip Robinson out of the Delta, Holly Springs area?
No, I think I heard a little something about it, but I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, United League. He led that. You know, they were getting shootouts with the Klan in Tupelo. This is back in the 70s and the 80s. So I'm trying to find some information about Alfred Skip Robinson.
I don't know about
it. So, you know, okay, cool. So, I guess I could talk to you forever, but I don't want to hold you up.
It's all right.
It's an honor to talk to you.
Well, thank you.
I want to talk to you about the Medgar Evers Blues Festival. Is that called your brother's?
Let me tell you that. And B.B. King is the founder of the Blues Festival.
Oh, wow.
Medgar, we used to have celebrations for Medgar every year. Mm-hmm. And B.B. and I have been friends for years. And he came to me and said, look, y'all, let's have Medgar's Homecoming Blues Festival. Ooh. He said, I'll come every year and bring my band and get other entertainers to come, and we just have a big blues blowout for him. I said, okay, good idea. And he did that. And we did it for about 40-something years. You know, he'd been ailing for a while. And this is going to be our last one. We're going to have...
This is the last one?
The last blues concert. We still have memorial service for him and things like that. So this is going to be the last one I'll have because BB founded it, and I want to end it.
Oh, so you're saying goodbye.
So that's it. Hello? Hello? You advertising.
All right. I want to play the video of the guy who the white guy who was really, he was trying to find, I don't know if you ever got a chance. White dude ever approached you in Selma last month or in March? No. This guy, white guy, real trying to find. He was crying tears of joy. Oh, don't ever save us! I'm like, wow. And I recorded him. But it was something. Man, he was 90 years old. He was a Marine.
Okay.
And World War II veteran. I think Korean War as well. If I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna find his video that I put out there. It was incredible. But I mean, you don't get no credit. Like I know the Natchez, Mississippi. The Rhythm Club fire. I know you got some dealings down there too with the Wallace Jackson situation.
Yeah.
and stuff. And you really are unsung, man. So was the NACP like? Were they ready for you when you came to replace? Did they want you to be the one?
No. I told him I'll go to hell. I said, hey, either I'm going to be field secretary, or I'm going to get organize the Mississippi movement. And they rather me take go to NACP for Medgar. Roy wasn't that son of a bitch. He wasn't that. Him and Gloss, all them niggas up in New York safe had my brother another Blackstein.
But they say they never got like Medgar never got the support fully on the ground.
Oh no.
You know, like the couple down in Florida got blown up in their bed. Yeah. They never really got the support from the higher ups. Why is like that? Like, why they don't send the troops in?
They scared. That's why. You get a find about locally, they didn't give a damn. They wasn't afraid. You can take our time. Roy Wilson came there on Gloucester Current. Count them time. He make sure he was safe when he came.
Yes, sir. So they weren't taking no chances with their life.
No, they weren't all my folks, and that's why I told them to go to hell. I'm running my way.
James.
So what do you do with this now?
Well, I just upload it. I got a TV show I do.
Oh, you do?
Yes, sir. And I got an online video channel as well. I just try to tell the history from my point of view.
Oh, yeah.
And it's important to talk to people like yourself who've been there, done that, and keep on doing it, and still doing it.
In Memphis?
Yes, sir. But I'm online, too. I'll give you my card. I'm glad I was able to catch you today. I know you be out, man. I got an uncle. His name is James French in Charleston. He owns a newspaper called the Charleston Chronicle out there. And he's a World War II veteran. He's a Navy guy. You know, he was caught by Castro. He was in Cuba doing the revolution. And Castro revolutionaries kidnapped him. They ended up having like Cuban cigars and beers. And he had spaghetti dinner with Lucky Luciano, like in the 40s when he was over stationed in Naples. So he had one of them colorful lives, like, and he's almost 90, but he still gets around real well.
Good, yeah.
And you guys, y'all just put us to shame, man. You say you pray, you go to church too, or you just?
Not too much. I go to church occasionally, but I pray. I figure church than you. And I pray a lot. And I respect others. And hope to make them respect me. I don't have anything to do with them.
This is Judge Joe Brown, and we're
listening to We
All Be News. News Free Dixie for the 21st century.
Him and his son was participants. Fast forward a little bit.
Is Judge Brown still on?
Nah, he not on, but he in Memphis. He ran for DA.
What happened to him?
They did not renew his contract for his TV show. Or he wanted more money. It's a money thing, whatever. And in fact, the ratings fell out. So he ended up not renewing it, and he ran for DA up in Memphis.
How'd he come out?
He lost, but we got some voting issues. We used some old machines, and people been filing lawsuits ever since that time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's a very popular guy. So I talk to him. He's a friend of mine. I talk to him from time to time to get his point of view on stuff as well.
Yeah, good.
I'll tell you asked about him.
Please do.
Yeah. So are you friends? You know him well, or?
I don't know him at all. I can
connect y'all. I need to connect y'all. Y'all some cousin characters.
I love his show, but
yeah, but he's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy. He's a good guy.
We were mad at
yeah, that's it.
Okay, good.
So the message you want to give to him, I can just relay it back to him.
Not really. I don't remember him because it could have been so many.
But you made an impression on him, man. And you were going really proud. Charles Evers. What's the old white man talking about?
Yeah. But I was just good to all of them. It didn't matter as long as they were good with me. But there wasn't no.
No problem. I understand. Let's break talk to you. I hope I can make it back down for the festival.
June the
12th
through the 14th now. Please come back.
I'm about to interview you again. I know you'll be busy.
All right, no, it's all right.
I got this award, this Lifetime, this is my little thing, Lifetime Achievement Award for my organization.
Oh, okay.
I need to take a picture with you with it, and I'll be on my way.
It's all right.
So I'm glad I got a chance to catch you. You always a man on the make.
What is this?
You see it? You see it?
Lifetime achievement presented to Brother Charles. When was it?
Huh?
Present to me?
Yeah, yes sir. It's my version Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, you get it to me?
Yes sir.
Oh, all right.
It's yours. It's yours.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I come down here. I gotta get it. I talked to your daughter last week. I'm gonna come down there eventually. I know. Give me his schedule. You were my favorite people. Like I really respect you.
Thank
Man, so I don't know you that well, but I just know your spirit. And I feel like I'm one of those type of people that people always they want to count you out, or they want to put a label, or try to keep you always find a way to survive, and not only survive but thrive. I like that.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank
And
you.
you stand your ground. And that's
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna back down. Mm-mm. I own this too. This ain't
you own, not just the manager, you own it.
I own this, yes sir. Well, my daughter, I own it, but my daughter is the office manager. My son-in-law, I let them run it now.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
So it's in good hands.
100,000 watts.
Yeah, a sister named what's her name? Rosetta Miller Perry out of Nashville, the Tennessee Tribune.
No, seems I heard that. No, I don't.
Yeah, she was an EEOC person back in the day. She was actually there when King got killed in Memphis.
Oh.
And she got her own paper out there. The Tennessee Tribune was the only paper in the state of Tennessee that circulates throughout the whole state. It's a black-owned newspaper. It's on Jefferson Street in Nashville. And she had her bank wouldn't give her a loan. She had been putting her money in this white bank for years. And so she had to take like $70,000 of her own money to start her business. And it's still here today. It's doing well.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, but I interviewed her last week. But yeah, she speaks very highly of you as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You just got this reputation. Everybody, they like you.
Well, thanks. Is she old woman now?
Yeah. She gotta be almost 80.
Oh, yeah, she's too old.
Yeah, because she was like one of the first black graduates of the University of Memphis.
Yeah, well, she's too old.
What's your age? What's your range? What's your
45 is the it.
Oh, really? 35?
45.
45.
45, more than 45.
I like that.
No.
So that's how you stay young too, huh?
Nothing but young women.